Kardama Muni's daughters, 9 of them, Devahuti, who is the mother, they have been able to get their daughters married to the 9 Rishi Munis, who are the precursors, who are the progenitors of the race in this world. So there are going to be different tribes all across the world, and they are the start of this particular enterprise. So which clearly tells us that now the world which is current today is having all these different types of people with their different languages, religions and every other thing. They came from one point source, Devahuti and Kardama Muni. So this is where we had understood. Now Devahuti asks her husband that I need to have liberation, because living in this material world like a regular person is not giving me anything. So can I go and live in this world by knowing the truth about God and about this life? So her husband tells her that yes, it is programmed already. You are going to have a son. That son is Lord Hari himself, who is going to be Kapila Muni. So Kapila Muni will be born, and he will be the one who is going to teach you. After that, Kapila Muni is speaking to Kardama Muni and telling him that yes, I will be doing these things. First I will teach my mother, that is Devahuti, from whose womb I have come. And later on, I will go in this world and teach Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy is knowledge path. The knowledge towards liberation and self-realization. So now let us redo the verse previously, so you will get an idea about the previous verse. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 2, Chapter 24. We are doing verse 35 once again. Kapila Muni said, whatever I speak, whether directly or in scriptures, is authoritative in all respect for the people of this world. O Muni, because I told you I would become your son, I have descended to fulfill this truth. So now here Kapila Muni is telling his father Kardama Muni that I have come in this world to fulfill the prophecy where I will be coming to teach my own mother the philosophy of Sankhya Yoga, and then this philosophy I am going to spread it across the world. So this is where we had stopped earlier. So now let us continue with verse 36. My appearance in this world is specially to explain the philosophy of Sankhya, which is highly esteemed for self-realization by those desiring freedom from the entanglement of unnecessary material desires. The world is full of desires. Right from the beginning of our life, as a child, our desire is to live. That is the first thing. That's why we start breathing. When we come out in this world, then we want food. Then we want a house, our parents, places to stay, so on and so forth. Later on, our greed becomes more and more. We want to learn everything. Then we want to go and take up jobs. And then we want to get married, settle down, have our own houses, so on and so forth. It's only a desire-filled life. Till the end of life, there is a desire. Now, when there is a desire, this desire is the root cause of a person getting trapped in the material cycle of rebirths. So you are going to be born again and again and again. Yesterday I was telling you all why we have to do the death ceremony of a person, like maybe your forefather, some grandfather or somebody like that. Do you know why? It's because his soul is just hanging around over here because of material worldly desires. They become ghosts, they hang around and then they want to harass you. They want to harass everybody in the house. These people, they are more interested in fulfilling their desires even after death. This is what we understood. For that reason, we perform these after death ceremonies, It is performed all over the world. Whether you take India or any other country, it's the same thing. They perform these kind of ceremonies. The fulfillment is what everybody seeks. Now let us look at it from another perspective. Let us say you have come to a point where you hate someone. You hate someone. You don't like that person. Now when you don't like that person, what do you say? I don't want to be with this person. I hate this person. Are you getting it? In most of the divorce cases where the divorce is very bad, it's not in good taste. Have you seen both the spouses? They are basically wanting to kill each other. They don't want to see the other person's face. It's a very bad divorce. At that point in time, the person says, I never want to see your face again. I hate you, blah, 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 all those things. And then there are persons in this world who get disturbed by life. They don't have money. They don't have peace of mind. They don't have happiness of any kind. And then they are disgusted with life. And when they are disgusted with life, they keep on saying these words. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. The funny part is, that even this is a desire. I don't want this ex-husband of mine. Don't you see it's a desire? You hate someone and you don't want him in your life. Isn't it a desire? See the thing. Everywhere, whether you like it or whether you dislike it, whether you say I want or I don't want, both these words are nothing but desire. I don't want money is a desire. We fail to realize this desire. Are you getting the point? This is a very strange phenomenon. When a person says, I don't want, why is this I don't want a desire? Do you see the first word over there? The letter, first letter over there? I. It is I which is important. I want something, I don't want something. The ego is very strong. I don't want to have a bad death, I want to have a peaceful death. Old people think like this. That is also a desire. So what he says, I have come in this world. Kapila Muni says, this is Narayana himself, that the one thing which I have come to teach everybody is called self-realization through the path of Sankhya Yoga, the yoga of knowledge. The reason is because you have to be free from all material worldly desires. The essence of all this is, can you become desireless? Verse 37, this path of self-realization, which is difficult to understand, has now been lost in the course of time. Please know that I have assumed this body of Kapila to introduce and explain this philosophy to human society again. Here, I want you to think about it again and again. What is the Lord saying? God is saying, this path of self-realization, which is very difficult to understand, has now been lost in the course of time. What time are we talking about? The tribes have still not come in. Think like this. We are still at the beginning of time and the Lord is saying these funny words. This philosophy has been lost in time. So doesn't that tell you that this is a repetition of the same thing over and over again and again? So here you will understand the earth is the home for all of us today in this yuga. Very soon the whole earth will go underwater. There will be explosions, fire, this, that. God knows all kinds of things are going to happen. This happens every 10 to 12,000 years. The last ice age happened somewhere between 12,000 BC to 10,000 BC. Approximately 10,000 BC, which is 12,000 years ago. This is a cycle which continues every 12,000 to 14,000 years in that region. So the Lord is talking about that which happened in the past cycle. Remember, in the past cycle there are 4 yugas. The Satyuga or the Krita, okay, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. So this is a repetition and then the ice age comes in. Again the start of Satyuga happens. That means the Krita Yuga comes back again. Are you getting the point? And in the Krita Yuga, the Lord is telling Kardama Muni, see, my dear fellow, people have lost this course of time, lost the knowledge of self-realization in the course of time. So it is nothing but a recap of everything. We are recycled again and again and again. So he says, in this now lifetime, I have taken birth as Kapila Muni to introduce and explain the philosophy of human society again. I have come back again to explain this human philosophy, the philosophy of Sankhya Yoga. It has been explained 1,000,000 times and now I have come again to explain it to you, to the world. These are certain Easter eggs over here. I hope you see them. Because at the end of this yuga, we will be starting the next yuga once again. And you are going to be born again and again because nobody learns from the mistakes that they do the first time. They want to do the mistake again and again and again. Are you getting the point? Now being sanctioned by me, go as you desire, surrendering all to your activities to me, conquering insurmountable death. Worship me for eternal life. Now here, Kapila Muni is telling his father Kardama Muni, I have come now, I will take charge of everything. I will teach my mother Devahuti and then I will give the world Sankhya Yoga. It is time for you to take a back seat. It is time for you to take up Sanyasa. Right? And he says, please go and take Sanyasa. Surrender all your activities to me. This is the principle of devotion. See, please understand, Sankhya Yoga is knowledge. Knowledge doesn't give you liberation. Knowledge is like a book in a library. Do you think the book in the library has any value? No value. We are human beings. Human beings have this very funny idea. Oh, I went to the library and I read some book. Doesn't mean anything. You may go and read the Bhagavad Gita 100 times also. You can go and watch as many channels as you want in Bhagavad Gita. You can by heart it. It has zero value. Do you know why it has zero value? Because that knowledge is not going to give you any realization or it will give you liberation. It is just knowledge for the sake of knowledge. Think about it. What is it that you are learning from it and applying it in your life and going towards liberation? Nothing. Ramana Maharshi also may be learning things, but didn't he have to sit for many years? Ramakrishna Paramahansa also learned something, but didn't he want to do something about it? You take whosoever that you want, Sivananda or anybody, all the great sages from the past also. Learning something doesn't mean you have reached realization. And there is a very funny thing, Human beings think that God comes to visit me. I see God, so I am realized. Sorry, boss. God is just paying you a visit. Doesn't mean anything at all. You understand? He goes to all the heavens to meet all these demigods and the demons and everybody. Doesn't he go? He goes to meet Indradev. Indradev may see him over there. But do you think Indradev gets realization? No. You may get a darshan of a God. God will come and stand in front of you and look at you and give you blessing and all. That blessing has zero value. He's only fulfilling your desires. God coming and standing in front of you is zero value. Can you not understand? God visits everybody. He can visit the hells and the heavens also. What is the value of that? Nothing. No demigod is going to reach realization. No person on earth will reach realization even if he has darshan of the Lord. Are you getting the point? It is when God takes it in his hand to teach someone. It is like you have gone to see the Pope. You are standing in the middle of the street and the Pope is passing by and you look at him. What do you get out of it? Nothing. You go to temple and you stand over there for hours wanting to take a darshan. What do you get out of it? Nothing. So don't be under the impression that I went to this temple, I went to that temple, I met God, God gave me darshan. Darshan is of zero value. What is important was mentioned in the previous verse. Kapila Muni says, I have come in this world to give liberation and self-realization. That is very important. Anybody can say all these verses, in the YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and everywhere, people, all beautiful looking girls and boys and human beings and men and orange color wearing garments and everything, they are spewing verses. You understand? Oh, she's a beautiful girl, she is saying those verses. Well, I can teach even a parrot to say those verses. Are you getting the point? A parrot can also learn to say the verses. I can record your voice and I can replay it back. Do you think my phone is going to get realized? Just because I recorded it and said it? No. So anybody can say the verses. Any dog can also bow, bow, bow and say the verses. You remember in one of the very beautiful stories, Sant Jnaneshwar, that buffalo said all the verses. The buffalo? What is the difference between any beautiful looking heroine saying the verses or some great actress or somebody like some idiot in this world and a buffalo saying verses? They are both not going to reach realization in any which way. Because saying the verses, reading a book, taking a darshan of God, going to temple doesn't give you realization from any angle. Till God himself comes down on earth Kapila Muni has come down on earth, taken birth in the womb of Devahuti, and has told his father, that is Kardama Muni, that I am going to teach my mother the path to realization and liberation. And what does he say? He says very clearly, it is difficult to understand. Nobody can understand this. You know, we love to watch all kinds of videos and stuff like that, and we say, oh wow, such a great thing that person is talking. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. You need to have a master like Kapila Muni explaining these things and hand-holding you to reach the state of liberation and realization. In your own heart, now he is saying to Kardama Muni, now that it's time for him to go, in your own heart, through your intellect, you will always see me, the supreme self-effulgent soul dwelling within the hearts of all living entities. Thus you will achieve the state of eternal life free from all lamentation and fear. Kapila Muni is telling Kardama Muni, see, you have done so many things. You have done meditation, you have sat down for hours, you have done thousands of years of meditation, and you have learnt everything from me. Now, I am going to give you that freedom, in that you will see me, the Lord, in everybody's heart. Can you see the Lord in your worst enemy by any chance? I don't think anybody can see. You know, we all think that we see God in, we like to see some beautiful children, small babies. And we go for some shows, like the Parents Teachers Association and Parents Day and this day. And we see our children wearing Krsna clothes or something like that and praying and doing all kinds of things. As you go, oh, I see God in him. What God do you see in your child? He is as mean as you are going to be. Don't you understand that? He is a petty human being. Sorry. Go to your enemy, not your child. Go to your worst enemy. You may hate your friend, the past friend of yours. You may hate somebody in your building, your neighbor or whoever. Go and stand in front of that person. Can you see God in that person? No way. It's like Indians, Our hatred is towards, Pakistan and China. Can we see God in them? It's a very tough call, isn't it? You may not like anybody. But this is what he says. You will see me, the supreme self-effulgent soul, dwelling in the hearts of all living entities, just not your friends and relatives and your wives and your husbands. No. In everybody, including a stone, a temple, the gutters, the toilets. Can you see me there? No. You're the first thing you'll say, what do you mean by God is in the toilet? But isn't that what God is saying? I am everywhere. Why are you thinking that he cannot be in these kind of places? I was listening to Ramdas. Ramdas is the devotee of, the Baba, Maharajji as we used to call them. He was an American. So one day, now after the passing of Neem Karoli Baba was his guru, he passed away. And Ramdas was in US. And in that place, he was thinking that I have to go to India. His guru has gone away. I want to go to India and get teachings from my guru. But he says that maybe there is some method of getting the teachings. So what does he do? He says, I will go to my forefather, he's got his father's farmhouse. So he says, and he comes to Pennsylvania, and he says, from there now I will go to my father's place. There is a log cabin somewhere. I will sit over there, meditate. Maybe my guru will come and teach me. And in that, then he goes to New York City. When he goes to New York City to meet one of his friends, he gets a phone call over there from another lady. She says, there is one person I want you to meet. He says, no, I don't want to meet. Finally, somehow or the other, he gets to meet this woman. This woman is a person who is staying in Brooklyn. She is staying in one of those poor houses, simple house. She's not rich at all. And the reason why she has called him is because she says there is an old man sitting in my basement. An old man sitting in my basement. He is that Nim Karoli Baba of yours. Now Nim Karoli Baba was already gone away. So he goes over there and he sees this woman sitting in a complete yogic posture, lost in samadhi. And it goes on every day like this. Finally, this lady, she starts teaching him. This lady is a very common housewife. Okay, please understand this. The Baba is teaching her, through her, to Ramdas. For 9 months he teaches. Now, where does this teaching happen after this, It happens in the bathroom. She is sitting in the bathtub, immersed, and she sees there is this fat man sitting over there with the belly button and all that, half naked. He doesn't wear anything actually. She says there is a fat man sitting over there. Ramdas realizes who this person is. This is Swami Nityananda. Swami Nityananda was the guru of Muktananda. Okay, Nityananda Prabhu as we know him from Ganeshpuri. And all these masters teach through this lady to Ramdas, 9 months. In her house, nobody believes in God. And I think she is a Jewish lady. So the only place where she keeps all the pictures of all the gods and everything, all these Babajis, is in the bathroom, where there is a toilet also. This story was to tell you that we have restrictions thinking that God is not available here, God is available there. What makes you think that? Ramdas goes to become a very great sage himself. So what I was trying to convey to you is this, that do not have this kind of hang-ups that God is only in this place or in that place. People go trekking all the way to Himalayas, to Char Dham Yatras and this and that, not seeing God within their own house. Next door also, the dog outside. You can't see the dog. You can't see even the mailman who comes. You can't even see the person who comes to take away your trash. He is there. But nobody can see God. So what is Kapila Muni saying over here? Kapila Muni is saying this, that you, Kardama Muni, will learn the ultimate secret of seeing me, the Lord, in everyone. Thus you will attain. See what is, this is the final stage, by the way. The final stage of self-realization is this. In your own heart, through your intellect, you will always see me, the supreme effulgent soul, dwelling within the hearts of all living entities. Thus you will be able to achieve the state of eternal life, free from all lamentations and fear. That means you will be able to achieve the highest self-realization and freedom in this life alone. I hope you got this answer. Self-realization. What is the last step in self-realization? I shall describe this sublime knowledge, which is the door to spiritual life, to my mother, so that she can attain perfection and self-realization, ending all reaction to fruitive activities. Thus she will be freed from all material fear. Think about it. Material worldly fear is there for every human being. You know how we are fearful of everything. You know, it is like this. Every day you are fearful. Today if you have a meeting with your CEO, you are wondering what is going to happen. Is he going to sack me? Okay. Have I not performed well? A wife is thinking, today is the 10th of the month and still I don't have any money left to buy the groceries today. What am I to do? You know the fear that comes about like this? So what is the Lord saying to Kardama Muni? He is saying, this divine knowledge that God, I am in everybody's heart, this knowledge, which is the door to spiritual life. I will teach this to my mother over here. Who is his mother? Devahuti. And she will attain perfection. Self-realization and perfection. These are the two things. Freedom. Ending with the reaction to fruitive activities. All fruitive activities will come to a halt. Do you know what are fruitive activities? A fruitive activity for any person over here is to go and earn his living. Is to bother about certain things in life. My education, my children's education, my wife, my husband, my house, my EMIs, my fuel charges, my car and this and that and money and banks and interests and loans and all those kind of, these are fruitive activities. Yes. All kinds of activities are fruitive activities, this. So he says, these fruitive activities come to an end. When you are realized, when you have reached this state of realization, nothing in this world is connected to, your own thing. Everybody can say, today, Elon Musk wants to start his colony on the moon. He's saying those words. And you must be thinking very well, he's going to set up a colony in the moon. Why? Because you can go to the moon in less than 48 hours. Why is he not doing it in Mars? Because it may take a month for the rocket to go there. Got the point? So it is a short distance to the moon, so I will set up my colony over there, my house over there. He's doing that. Now you may think, Elon Musk is doing because he has the money and the power. Sorry. What you are forgetting is it is not Elon Musk. Aren't there more powerful people than him? But they are not getting it. Why is he getting it? Even in your own company, if you are not getting a promotion and somebody else is getting a promotion, why are they getting it? Vivanshu, your this thing is on. So every person is thinking that I am going to get something. My hard work pays. There is no hard work, I am telling you this. There is no hardly work also. None of these things are responsible for getting you there. Are you getting what I am saying? So it is by God's will alone that people will get things, not by any other means. There are no other means. I hope you get it. So, Kardama Muni is being told by Kapila Muni, I will teach my mother these things. What is it? Spiritual knowledge which will open up doors to spiritual life. She will attain perfection and self-realization. Ending all reaction to fruitive activities. All fruitive activities will come to a halt. Thus she will be freed from material fear. Sri Maitreya said, thus when Kardama Muni, the progenitor of human society, has spoken to in fullness by his son Kapila, he circumambulated him with a good pacified mind and he at once left for the forest. The sage Kardama accepted silence as a vow in order to think of Lord himself and take shelter of him exclusively. Without association, he travelled over the surface of the globe as a sannyasi, devoid of any relationship with fire or shelter. So Kardama Muni is taking leave of his wife and everybody over there, and the Lord Kapila Muni is standing in front of him, and Kapila Muni has told him, now is the time for you, father, to go. Human beings have to learn this. Letting go and going away. Very important. You can't be just hanging around till the age of 60, 70, 80 and all that. And people want to live till 100 also. Sir, letting go is important. You are finished with your enjoyment of your life. Don't you know next life of yours? Yesterday one whole satsang was done by this. So kindly learn about it. So here Kardama Muni has understood this and he says, yes, I will go away to the jungles. So he goes away and he has taken a vow not to open his mouth and stay in one place and do anything which is like, say for example, light a fire. That means no food. He is not going to cook any food. He is just going to roam around the world, wherever the path takes him. And Kardama Muni then sets on his path. He fixed his mind upon Sri Krishna Parabrahma, who is beyond cause and effect, who manifests in three modes of material nature, who is beyond those three modes, and who is perceived only through unfailing devotional service. So the only way of realizing God, see, I was telling you, Sankhya Yoga is knowledge. But knowledge will never take you to God. You have to follow it with work. That finally will lead you to devotional path. So the only path which is free for achieving God realization is the devotional path. So here he is saying that when you fix your mind on God, who is the cause and effect both, who manifests in this material nature as the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. He is the one who is manifesting in everything, who is beyond the three modes and perceived only through unfailing devotional service. Only through Bhakti Marg can you attain the Lord. Sankhya Yoga, whichever other path that you are taking, is not going to give you the Lord. Please remember this. So here Kapila Muni is saying directly to us. He says the only path which will lead you to me, Sri Hari, is called the devotional path through love and devotion. Service. Service means what? Seva Bhavana. You have to do seva and bhakti. Then only you will reach it. Thus he gradually became unaffected by the false ego of material identity and became free from material affection, undisturbed, equal to everyone, and without duality. He could indeed see himself also. His mind was turned inward and perfectly calm like the ocean unagitated by waves. So here we are talking of Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni was roaming all over the world. He lost his ego. The word I doesn't come in the person's life. He never punctuates it where I like it, I hate it, I want this, I don't want this. The word itself doesn't remain in his life. The word I, me, mine doesn't stay. So he roams around in this world. And he is free from all material affection, the kind of attachment that human beings have. My wife, my children, my kingdom, my this, my that. All that affection goes away. There is no affection left anywhere. He is undisturbed. Even if somebody dies also, he won't be disturbed. You know, it's a very important thing. Where a person is attached, then they can't do anything. Don't you know the story of Abraham? You are supposed to kill his son, isn't it? If you are attached to it, anybody who is attached to anything in this world are not able to perform those duties. No. You have to become detached from life, from every person and thing. You should be undisturbed, equal to everyone and without duality, equal to everyone. You have to look at everything as one, including the dog, the mosquito, the animals in the jungle, everybody, the human beings, your enemies, your friends, whoever it might be in the past. You have to see everything with the same eye, equanimity of mind. And there is no duality. There is no either he and me, she and me. No. Everything is one. Then you can see yourself. Finally, the answer is, I know who I am. The who am I gets answered. The big question everybody has. His mind turned inwards and he was perfectly calm, like the ocean, unagitated by waves. He thus became liberated from conditioned life and became self-situated in transcendental service to Sri Krishna Vasudeva, the omniscient super soul within everyone. So in this manner, Kardama Muni, he left his conditional life, the life where everybody is bothered about day-to-day affairs. He left it and became self-situated in transcendent. So you become one in devotional service of the Lord. You only know God. You don't have anybody in your life at all. The only person that you have in your life is the Divine Lord Himself. And then you see God in everything. He began to see Sri Krishna is seated in everyone's heart and that everyone is existing on Him because He is the super soul of everyone. This is the ultimate step where you see God, Sri Krishna, in everything in this world. He is the master of this whole place. And you also become a part of Him. And He is the super soul of everyone. Freed from all hatred and desire, Kardama Muni became equal to everyone because of discharging uncontaminated devotional service, ultimately in the path back to Godhead. So Kardama Muni saw God in everything. And finally, when he saw God in everything, the term hatred and desire went away from his life. I hate something, I like something, I do this, I do that, I. The ego went away. Hatred of all kinds went away. A person should never hate anyone. Everybody is driven by their own desires. Please understand this. Somebody is doing something because of the desire. And their nature defines everything. The nature of every individual is like this. If the nature is such, what can be done? And this nature is a human folly. You know what a human folly is, isn't it? A very great example today is going on. You will find that Bangladesh refused to play cricket in India. They said, we don't want to come to India. So Pakistan said, we will also not go. It so happens that the International Cricket Association went to Pakistan and said, okay, if you are not going to come, you are going to lose millions of dollars. They signed on the dotted line. Now they are willing to come. So what are you talking about enemies and friends? Everybody is self-centered. What is the point? So here please understand, what kind of hatred? If they were having hatred, but money is not giving them hatred, is it? So you can understand how the mind works. So here a realized person is without any hatred or any desire. He doesn't have any desire. He doesn't even want to make money. He doesn't care for anything. You become equal to everyone. And you do uncontaminated service to mankind. You don't keep on thinking, why should I do this? No, you have to be good to everyone, every person. Ultimately, when you do this and do this devotional path, when you go towards God, on the path of devotion, love and devotion, then you attain the ultimate destination, that is the Lord Himself. So we have come to the end of verse 47 from chapter 24 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 2. And we have ended this chapter over here. Tomorrow we will do a new chapter, Glories of Devotional Service, that is chapter 25. So I will stop over here for today.
Recording stopped.